If you're a real estate agent looking to grow and scale your real estate business in the new year, this is a must-watch video. And I hate to break it to you, most real estate agents are self-employed and not true business owners. A business runs and operates whether you're there or not, and most real estate agents are the business. But if you want to learn how to scale your business, take on more deals while systemizing everything so you can enjoy that money freedom with time freedom, then this is the video for you today. I'm going to show you how to go from self-employed to a true business owner that operates whether you're there or not, closing deals. And if you want to learn how to do this, keep watching. Hey everybody, it's me, Jacob Sharman, your real estate marketing expert. I have over 16 years of marketing experience specializing in web design and SEO, and I take that experience to help you grow your real estate business. So if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new content. And if you want to get my training, resources, courses, and coaching for free at no extra cost or split to you, take a look at partnering with me at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack, and there's a link below where you can book a one-on-one call with me to learn more. So let's dive into today's topic. All right, so it's that time of year. We got New Year's resolutions where everybody's setting their goals. Some will hit them, some won't. And a lot of real estate agents want to figure out how to take their real estate business to the next level. And this is something you should be striving to every year. I teach my agents, you don't have to be perfect the first, second, third, fourth, fifth year, or any year. You always try to be better than you were, not what another agent is, but what you were for that year and what your goals are. So as you're sitting down thinking about your goals, I want to talk about some ways that you can truly scale your real estate business. Now, common myth out there is you hear a lot of real estate agents say, I have a real estate business. And although you might be registered as a business, you don't have a true business model. Most real estate agents, and if you fit in this category, be honest with yourself and really watch all of this video, because most real estate agents, if they don't make a sale, they don't make a commission, and they don't make any money, and they are the business. So they are self-employed. A true business means that you're able to step back, run the business. Now you can still help with sales and things like that, but if you have to take time off, or you decide you want to go on a vacation, or some personal time comes up, and this is truly important to have a business model like this, is that even though you take time off, your business still runs, you're still making money. So we're going to go over ways that you can not only systemize your business, automate your business, but how you can scale your business for when you're ready to step back and not be that sales agent that has to make all the commission. If you don't sell, you don't eat, and truly have a business. We're going to go over that today, because that is my kind of goal and prayer for you guys for this year, is that you truly have a business where not only can you have the money freedom, but you can also have the time freedom. And I learned this hard lesson at Christmas this past year when my brother passed away. I was able to take a few weeks off then that was normally not planned. I only had a few days that I was going home, and I was able to spend time with my family and mourn because of this business model that I have here for myself here at eXp Realty and for my other businesses as well. If you're an entrepreneur, this will apply across all businesses as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so one of the first things that you need to do to scale your business in this new year is learn to ask for help. And I titled it that way for a reason. As real estate agents, we tend to wear multiple hats in this industry. I don't know why we do this. A lot of times we're therapists to our clients. We tend to have to become a marketer and a social media marketer and a graphic designer and a web designer and all these things that we do not have to do, because for some reason, the moment somebody steps into real estate, they just want to pinch pennies. And it's good to be budget conscious. It is good to be aware of how much you're spending, because there's a lot of traps out there. A lot of people, so-called marketing gurus that are realtors turned marketers, that have some kind of system to sell you, and it only works for them and people like them. So be very careful where you spend your money, but don't be afraid to ask for help. You think you're saving by doing the graphic design yourself, by posting the social media yourself, by building the website yourself. And what's actually happening is, one, you are wasting a lot of time, because none of these things, especially these admin tasks, are not income producing activities. So you need to, as time goes, as you make money, start outsourcing those things. And whether it's a VA or you're hiring a company or you hire an assistant, you are outsourcing these things because they should not be on your plate. A true business owner is a generalist in their business. You might start out as a specialist because you don't have the budget to hire somebody, but I guarantee you everybody right now could hire one VA, because some VAs for social media could start at $3 to $4 an hour. Okay. So you can do it. And have somebody help you with those things. And at least if you free up one area, maybe a month or a quarter, you're still scaling and growing your business so you can have time to focus on income producing activities, which is what is important. When I look at my team, I see a majority of them waste time on admin tasks that will never make them any money, that will never grow their business. And they think it's so important, but it's really not. Okay. So some things that you need to outsource would be, one, social media. You know, the reason why we outsource as well, especially for things like social media, is you're not a marketer. You're not supposed to be a marketer. Should you have a basic understanding of marketing? Absolutely. So you don't get swindled. You know that your employees or your assistants or whoever you hire is doing their job correctly, but you don't have to be that specialist. Okay. If you want to be a specialist, then you're basically an employee. Okay. So you want to be a generalist and learn how to get the best talent. For one, they're going to have experience that you don't have because that is their specialty, their career. Okay. So hire somebody to help you with your social media posting. You can still guide them and tell them what you're wanting, or use our tool, Karuvi Social, which is what a lot of real estate agents do when they hire an assistant or a VA, because they can follow that strategy and they don't have to worry about them knowing much about real estate. They just need to follow that plan just like you would. So outsource your social media. Any graphic design, outsource that. You can get a lot of graphic design, whether you hire a company like ours, Smith Media, or you go to somewhere to Fiverr, you can get that stuff done relatively at a decent price. Okay. So outsource your graphic design. Do not design your website yourself. This drives me crazy. We go to the doctor when we're sick. We go to a lawyer when we need legal help. But for some reason, people think they can design a website themselves. It's more than pretty pictures. It's more than just the text on a page. It is all these things encompassed. You know, do you have the right lead capture? Is your website automated? Is it going to work for you 24/7? Do you have your funnels correct? Do you have your landing pages correct? A lot of people have these spread out in multiple systems, and they should be in all one system. And I have some information below if you want to see what that looks like. But your website, your sales funnels, your landing pages, your lead generation, your IDX should be all in one website, not separate, and all connected to your CRM to generate leads. So make sure you hire a web designer that knows what they're doing and knows the real estate industry as well. You can also hire an admin assistant to help you with follow-up and emails and answering phones. I know some people have their assistant because they trust them only mark emails that they need to read, so they don't get distracted with emails that they do not need to read or respond to. So make sure that every aspect of your business, go write it down, write down everything that you do, and mark off something that somebody else could do for you, and create a plan to start outsourcing that throughout the year so you can scale your real estate business. All right, so this section I'm going to call Systemize Your Business, but this is really about kind of getting a local team, not necessarily the team that you think of where you're charging people an extra split, but start developing a real estate professional team, meaning that you have people to help you every step of the process. Just like we network with mortgage agents, title companies, inspectors, appraisers, we are going to do that as well as the other steps of the home buying and home selling process. So I'll explain. So, if you think about it as a real estate agent, what are you doing? Your leads are coming in, you're calling and following up with them, trying to schedule appointments. And then once you have the appointment, you go on the appointment. And then let's say it's a buyer, then you got to go show properties. If it's a seller, you got to go stage their home, go do your listing presentation, go take photos if you don't hire somebody. And then on top of that, you got to submit the offers, you got to negotiate, you got to go to closing, and then you got to email them and ask for referrals. You can actually automate this. And there's a lot of agents. I heard of a girl in Canada, or a lady in Canada, that literally did 254 deals. She's a mom of 7. And when I listened to what she did in her business, she did all of that herself, but she had a team to help her. And I'll explain. So let's talk about the first step. So one of the first things that you're going to do is, as you're generating leads, whether it's through your content or whether it's through paid ads, you can generate leads to your CRM. But should you be calling them? No. And here's why. In my own business, my partner and I decided that, hey, we're not great at follow-up, like immediate follow-up. We're good. We can talk on the phone. we can convert them, but I don't have time to call that lead within 5 to 10 minutes. If you are not calling a lead that gave you their phone number within 5 to 10 minutes, you can count that lead lost because they're probably moving on to the next real estate agent, especially if it came from a Google ad or organic SEO, because they're actually searching for that service in the moment. Just like if you go to Google a business and they're not open, you're going to go down the list and find the next business for what you need that's open. You should hire an ISA company, and you can reach out to me. I'll leave a link below where you can go with the one we use. You can use anybody. I chose this company. They're based here in the States, and they're professionals at what they're doing. I didn't have to worry about training a VA or an assistant. They know what they do, and they call our leads within 10 minutes, and they handle the entire nurturing process. So no smart campaigns on. I have my behavioral automation on, but they handle all the smart campaigns, all the text messages, all the emails, all the follow-up. I only take over when there's an appointment, and they'll schedule the appointment in my calendar, and I either do the Zoom or go meet them at their home if it's a listing, and then I take over from there. So that would be your first step, is hire an ISA agent to follow up and call with all your leads. Your next step is that you are going to do that portion. You're going to go on the appointment. You're going to educate yourself. You're going to offer your services because you are the business, okay? Until maybe you get a partner that can go do it with you. But you do that appointment. And then the next step of your business would be, once, let's say they're a buyer client. Now guess what? You have to go take them to show houses. So what we do here is you can have a showing agent. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do a showing agent. You could recruit a newbie agent, which is what I recommend. And the reason why is, one, I love new agents. People are afraid to work with them. I love working with them because they don't have those bad habits that need to be broken because they're seasoned agent or they've been in the business for a while and they think they know everything. But a new agent can do things the way you want them done, and you can offer them kind of mentorship as a part of working with you. So you can pay them per showing or per day. You know, you can say, hey, if you take this client out, here's $100 out with gas and time. And then, or you can offer them a percentage of that deal if it closes. And then on top of that, you can offer them leads too, that maybe they're leads that don't qualify for you. Maybe it's a rental or, you know, something else that maybe is on the smaller end. You don't do price points there. It's not worth your time. You could pass that on to them, and that's just an added bonus to work with you. Plus they're learning. Now, would I charge an extra split? No, but I would give them something in that realm as well. So hire a showing agent. And then what you do is you tell your clients, hey, we have a real estate team here. You're going to be very well taken care of. We don't drop the process because you don't just get me, you get an entire team that I manage. And so you'll have a showing agent that is specialized in showing. They will show you the house just like I would. And then once you find that house that you like, you're going to let me know, let that agent know. And then what my specialty is negotiation. I'm going to negotiate on your behalf, submit your offer, and then I'm going to handle the rest of the process. Then once you have an offer to send, then you get a transaction coordinator. And the great thing about a transaction coordinator, most of them, is you pay per deal. They get paid at the closing table. And if the deal doesn't close, most of them don't take a payment. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I still got to pay them anyways. So hire a transaction coordinator that knows what they're doing, that has experience in your market, that preferably is local to you, and they will handle all of the paperwork. I usually write the offer myself, but the rest of the paperwork, they'll make sure they get signatures. They make sure that everything is filled out correctly, and they'll make sure everything gets submitted to our brokerage as well as that. So you don't have to worry about chasing down signatures and emailing. They do that. They have the tools. They're expert in their tools. You can just focus on what you're good at, and that is sales. So once you have the transaction coordinator, then you go to the closing table, you go with your client there. So the only time you really showed up for your client was the appointment. You quickly wrote up the offer letter into the negotiation, which doesn't take much time. You could still have an assistant help you with responding to emails, telling them how to respond. And then on top of that, you have a transaction coordinator that's there to make sure everything's signed and documented. So then obviously you go to the closing table, they take care of that, and you're done. So you're able to take on more clients because instead of being out showing clients, you could be on another appointment. That's where the money is at, is getting the clients in, getting them to sign that representation agreement, and then moving on to the next deal as well. So systemize your business. Again, even in this section, ask for help. There's very cost-effective ways, and everything I just mentioned, the only thing you would have to pay for upfront would technically be your ISA. You could work out a deal with your agent to pay them if that deal closes, and then pass on leads to them that you don't think would qualify, or let them call your old leads and see if you could get them in. But technically none of this has to be paid for out of pocket. So you can scale your business and take on more deals as a real estate agent. All right, so the last step I want to talk about is scaling from self-employed to a true business model. And so you want to grow a true business. You got to find a way to take yourself out of the equation and step back and manage everything. It doesn't mean that you can't go do deals that interest you. Maybe you only want to focus on luxury or a certain price point or a certain clientele. Like we love working with veterans, because my spouse is a veteran. And so we love that. So if you want to do that, but you want to be able to take yourself out of the equation, have a little more time freedom, that's the natural progression of a business. So if you are not progressing that way, you don't have a true business model. You're just self-employed. There's nothing wrong with being self-employed. Doesn't mean you can't be successful, but why would you not want that time freedom with that money freedom? It usually is the way it works in this industry. And a lot of real estate agents don't exit the industry, they expire because they can't afford really not to do a deal unless they have some other type of income coming in. Especially if they didn't invest properly for retirement or have a retirement. In order for you to have a true business model, you need to find a way that deals can be done and you still profit as that. So one of the most common ways is to start a team. So you can start a local team. You can have an extra split off of them. So a lot of times, like even at our brokerage, if you do a formal local team, you have to charge a minimum 25%. So as your team is out there getting deals, you might be educating them, finding training and resources for them, providing stuff for them. You can make 25 to 50% of their commission for having a team. So that's another way. So obviously as your team grows, more deals are getting done. Instead of you doing maybe 5 deals a month, now 25 deals can be done. And you only had to do a few of them, or if any. Okay, so that's usually the first way. Or you go through the natural progression of a real estate agent and you become a broker and you start your own brokerage. Now, the thing with starting your own brokerage is it's incredibly expensive, incredibly stressful. That's why we have a lot of brokers coming over here to EXP. I just onboarded one about a month ago in the end of 2023. And the reason why is she wanted to step back because she was doing too much. It was getting too complicated and too much to keep up with resources. So she brought it over here with a similar business model to EXP, which we'll talk about. But the next step would be to have a brokerage. So if that entices you, you want to get your broker's license and start your own brokerage, then you naturally have a business because you're probably not going to do as many deals, or if any, you're going to hire agents and bring them on board, and then obviously take a split and charge them a brokerage fee based on what your business model is for that brokerage. So that's a natural progression on having a true business, because if you're not there, your business is still running if you're on vacation. Now, the third way to do this would be to find a model like eXp Realty that has a rev share model. Other brokerages have this. For me, eXp was the best because it has a better track record. It's a more solid company, especially with their stock market and the other companies that they have. And they're constantly growing, and they have the largest global reach for me. They're the largest independently owned real estate brokerage in the world, and we're the fastest growing brokerage in the world. And how the business model works here is, without getting a broker's license, without having to form a team and take that extra split for the agents, which I do not like doing, especially when you're gonna get rev share off of them anyways. But the way it works is at eXp, at least here in the States, we're on an 80-20 split. So out of that 20% that the agent pays to eXp, you can earn rev share out of that split. So it doesn't come out of the agent. They get to keep all of their 80%. we just get 20%. EXP's pledge is out of that 20% that they collect. They're giving 50% back to the agents in the form of rev share. So they guarantee that every month that they pay out 50%. And if they don't, they only pay out 40. They're going to take that 10% and divide it between those agents that per deal of that rev share. So it's a great way. Right now I have about 30 people on my team at the beginning of 2024. So that rev share, as each of my agents do business, when I had to take time off, I was still making money off of the 20% that EXP collected. So it's great for the agents. It's great for us because I provide a great value stack. I'm always rolling out courses, training, and I'm getting compensated that, but I only get compensated if they do a deal. So it's a win-win situation. The agent also has that opportunity to make rev share. And the best thing is there's other brokerages that offer rev share, but there's some that offer profit sharing. So ours comes off the top when the revenue comes in versus waiting for the profits, which are always smaller, if any, at the end of the year. So we're able to get paid more, and I'm able to access 7 layers of that rev share organization. So if one of my agents brings an agent on, refers them to EXP, I can make money off of that as well. So this allows me to have a true business and choose to do deals, which we still do. But when I'm ready to take that vacation or an emergency or a family emergency happens like did to us at the end of 2023, I'm able to not have to worry about, is my mortgage paid? Is my car payment paid? How are we going to do this? How are we going to close this deal? Or, I got to follow up with these clients. I have a true system in place that allows me to have a flexible business model, but that's flexible with time as well as that money freedom. So time freedom is super important for me. I really have a goal at 40 to really step back. So I got 1 more year for that. And then at 45, I really kind of want to just slowly rely on my passive income. So this is a great way to have rev share that's passive income. And here at EXP, if I were to pass away, I can leave that to another family member, a child, a spouse. The only thing is they have to be 18, but they have to be able to get a real estate license. So once they get a real estate license, they just step in and collect the checks from my rev share, or can grow it if they want. They just have to have that license. So the fact that you can will your entire business and organization, you can't do that at other brokerages. If you're a broker, you pass away, most spouses would sell that brokerage to somebody else and take that money, and that's it. But this is something that will grow over time, or at least maintain itself, and you don't have to worry about that. If the stock market's performing well, you have a true real estate business. All right, so I hope you found that information helpful. It's truly my goal and my heart to truly help you take away something that you can implement today in these videos and grow and scale your real estate business. And you don't have to do all of this. First thing you need to do is sit down and figure out what you want out of your business. What are your goals? What's your why? What is the end result that you see for yourself, and figure out how that works. Maybe you don't want a big team or a brokerage, or even grow a big rev share organization at a brokerage like EXP. That's fine. But if you can just systemize your business, ask for help, have a well-oiled kind of team for the transaction process, that would free up more time for yourself, your hobbies, your friends, your family, and you can have that time freedom as well as that money freedom. So figure out what works for you. If you have any questions, or there's a topic that you want me to cover, drop those in the comments below. And also, if you want to continue seeing more content like this, subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell. And if you want to partner with me and get all of these resources, courses, training, and coaching just like this in the video you saw, for free at no extra cost or split to you, take a look at partnering with me at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack. There's a link below. I'll show you exactly what your business would look like. It's not a pushy sales call. I just want to give you the information so you can make a logical choice and decision that's right for you. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next video.